And we're back.
Yeah, we are. That was a nice walk.
Good times outside. Oh, it's getting cold though.
It is getting cold, yeah. Even with my 2 thick layers, I was like, oh shit, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mother Nature's back in full effect.
I mean, if you have the equipment, it's no big deal. If you have one jacket that does the job, it's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I just hate having to wear so much clothing.
I agree. I'm like you. I don't have actually a very good solid jacket.
Mm.
I don't really have one.
Now, I have a couple good solid jackets, and I'm still always cold. But it's not as cold as it could be. Like in Ontario and Quebec. Oh man, it gets cold there.
Yeah.
Like -40.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which is the same in Celsius and Fahrenheit.
-40?
Mm-hmm.
That's the point where they cross?
Yep.
Those fuckers?
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah. I like that fun fact. Like, it's hard to come to the Celsius system and the metric system. Well, no, Canada doesn't use all metric. But anyway, yeah, the converting from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Like, I know the equation, but there's no way I can do it in my head.
32 plus 1.8 x or something?
So
If x is Celsius?
Fahrenheit is Celsius times 1.8 plus 32.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Yep. Oh, excuse me.
What's the base unit of it? What is it based on?
Okay. 1 degree Celsius is like the amount of heat to heat like a certain volume of water. No, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I just know that 0 is the freezing point and 100 is the boiling point of water.
That's for Celsius.
Yeah.
What I mean is Fahrenheit. What is the measure based on? What is the unit based on?
I learned that at some point, but I don't
Yeah.
know it now. I don't know it now.
I'm sure I've been told this at some point as well, and I always forget, but I kind of want to know. Even like,
Google it.
what is an inch? Like what does it represent? It's like, oh, this is like, yeah, it's true. I could Google it.
Yeah, but I just have reference points in the conversion between Celsius and Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that 20 is 68 and 30 is 86 and 40 is 104. And what is 10? Fuck. I used to know that too. I want to get a tattoo with the reference points along a line. So I'll just have...
Really? You want to have your little conversion thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. That's very cute.
It would be really useful. Like, you just get it on the inside of one of your fingers or something. Like here. Nobody will ever see it unless you want them to. What do you got going on here?
I'm trying to read through it, but I think I'm a bit high for this. It's nice and technical. I like it on a regular basis. So it says, historically, on the Fahrenheit scale, the melting point of water was 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and the boiling point was 212 degrees Fahrenheit. At standard atmospheric pressure, oh fuck, if you put pressure in there, it's gonna be hard for me. This put the boiling and freezing points of water 180 degrees apart.
Huh.
Therefore, a degree on the Fahrenheit scale was one. That doesn't help me here. Oh. How was the measure designed out here?
History.
Yeah, I like the history of it. I need to understand where the idea emerged.
Yeah.
I need to understand this to understand the concept, really,
Yeah.
I find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Fahrenheit actually chose the lowest air temperature measured in his hometown, Danzig, in winter 1708-09 as 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's funny.
That's interesting. So just the lowest air temperature in Danzig in the 1700s.
Yeah.
Well, we learned something today.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So funny how arbitrary things can be.
Yeah. It's funny. I like that. How we adopt some systems which are based on some funny anecdotal evidence. Like
it's like an inch being based off some king's foot or something.
I think that's what it
or
was.
Or a foot.
Yeah. And then there's something based on barley. I don't know what measure that is.
Yeah.
Like grains of barley.
Huh.
Something is like 500 grams or like a pound. Like 500 grams of barley represent a pound or something. I'm not sure. I forgot. But it's funny. It's a funny one like that.
It's so interesting how we've invented all these tools to use, like weights and measures and scales, and it's been super important for society, for markets to function, to be able to standardize things.
Oh man, it's accelerated everything so fast. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, humans were pretty fucking smart.
Like, I say we, but really, it's not me.
as an animal goes, we're pretty fucking smart.
Yeah.
Some other animals can do some pretty amazing things. Like birds can fly. They can fucking fly through the air. Like, how the fuck did evolution do that? It's like, well, the best way to live for this thing is it's got to be able to fucking fly around. And then you've got migration patterns that emerge from that. Whereas, like the geese, they fly south every single fucking winter. They know which way to go. They know where they're going. They're going to go somewhere else and eat some, I don't know, whatever they eat, grass or fish, or fucking poop all over the place. And then, in the summer they'll fly back north.
I was thinking about also evolution led to animals like peacocks.
Yeah.
I saw one in real life. It was in Victoria for Garrett's wedding.
Yeah.
In this park. And I was very close and I took a picture. It's gigantic. The whole, range of feathers. I don't know what you call it. The fan.
Plume, maybe?
The bloom, the fan. I don't know. But in the colors are very, very...
Vivid.
Vivid, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also it's sophisticated in some sense.
Yeah, well, you would think maybe it's a sign of health. It's like the bigger your feathers are, the bigger you look as a mate. Like the more healthy theoretically you are, or the better at getting food you are or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so then for potential mates, it's like they... I guess the female peacocks judge the male peacocks on how cool their feathers are.
We're not that far from that. It's just the same way people are, they acknowledge that they are attracted physically to others. So it's another measure of that. For them, that's the feathers. For us, we have other things. We have the six-pack or whatever. but it is exactly the same concept.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Courtship.
It's even a word. People call it peacocking. Like people that, are flashy or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking peacocks. It's so crazy, the diversity of life on Earth. And the wild thing is, it's something like 95% of all the species that have ever existed are extinct.
What?
Yeah. Because,
oh, damn.
Life's been going on for, I think, is it billions of years, do they think?
At this stage, it's just, the first date that I remember
Mhm.
is maybe like minus 5,000. So I'm thinking, wow, like, and then you talk about billions. I'm like, that's way too many zeros. I cannot fathom how long the Earth has existed. It's just, I cannot make.
Yeah, it's like 4.5 billion years. Yeah, fucking billions. 1,000 million. Like, imagine you have 1 million, you have 1,000 of those.
Yeah.
And 1 million years is already like too much to imagine.
And like we are like, oh, we are 80 years in the process. It's like we are.
Yeah, man, we're like a blink of the eye in terms of
In the grand scheme
geological
of things.
time, in terms of yeah, man, we're just fucking crazy ass monkeys that probably took a bunch of mushrooms and then fucking gained intelligence and was like, oh shit, we don't have to live like that anymore.
Yeah, but it is hard to believe when you look at. Yes, a lot of animals are intelligent.
Yeah,
but they're not anywhere near what we do.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the
like,
closest is like monkeys and orangutans and gorillas and stuff.
Yeah.
Which we would fight with a spear, by the way.
Actually, it could be a whip for that.
You think you're going whip?
I think the sound of it will already freak them out.
Yeah.
They'll be like, holy shit, what that shit. It's a longer range as well. I mean, it depends how long you want to make the spear. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But it seems to me that a long spear is also hard to manipulate.
Yeah.
So it's...
Yeah, whereas a whip is very quick.
Yeah.
If you're good with it, then...
Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely... I don't know, but you couldn't do, like, massive damage. Like, if you get a good spear poke, like, that's critical. Like, in the gut or in the fucking chest.
I mean, yeah, I guess you can have a very sharp one for sure, but I don't know how... I don't know how strong those things are.
What do you mean?
Because you have to pierce. You're gonna pierce through muscle first, and then, you can have a deep one. But I think if it's too shallow, these motherfuckers will be like.
Yeah, he's gonna grab that spear. And just
yeah. Oh, well, actually, yeah, they might.
Yeah, maybe a whip would be better. I feel like it would be a lot harder for them to grab the whip.
You have a long whip, like a long spear. Sorry, and you have the trident, whatever you want to use, the fork, whatever the shape of the end, something that looks cool, if possible. But then you also would put spikes or something
on the sides.
Yeah, so that even if they manage to grab the handle,
then it spikes.
They're still like, oh shit, they're like barbed wire, whatever.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Something to make them react. They're like, oh fuck.
I like that. Stopping them from grabbing.
Extra security.
Yeah.
I think that most likely than not, we will tire them and they will lose blood and they will get weak, and then we'll finish them. That's how it would work. You wouldn't get like one strong thrust and that's it. I feel like this is going to be like resulting from blood loss. You're just like keeping them away, keeping them up there for a bit, and eventually they get weak and
just like losing blood and getting tired. I don't know if you could out tire a gorilla
with a spear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with the spear, there's the blood, there's everything. Eventually, they might, unless they're really, I don't know. It depends what they're going for, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I feel like a gorilla would definitely fight you to the death. Like, they wouldn't stop. But who knows? Maybe they'll be like, okay, I keep getting fucking stabbed by this magical device. So let me stop going forward. Who knows, man? Only one way to find out. Gotta go find ourselves a gorilla.
Yeah, man.
Build ourselves a spear. Oh, that'd be terrible. I feel like a gorilla wouldn't want to fight you in real life.
No.
I think they're pretty chill.
I think they have no interest in fighting you.
No.
And I don't think they kill each other either.
I think they probably do.
Well, I guess they do as a result of a fight, but I think that can be enough. If one of them taps, I'm not sure, but
I don't think they have that concept.
Well, but there's one alpha and others, right?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
The others are still challenge the alpha, but they still exist. They're still alive. Then it means they're like, okay, well, shit, they stay away.
They give up. Yeah.
Right. So I guess they have a notion of tapping.
Yeah. There you go. It's primal.
He tapped. And I'm wondering if females do that. Females probably don't fight between each other. Between females.
Maybe not. I don't know.
They just get in their spot. They have a lot of males that court them.
Sounds like a nice life.
Sounds very human to me. Very fitting for our, as a comparison to our lifestyle.
It's cool that they have society. Like, you know, some animals, they have communities and they like do things together. Sometimes they build stuff like prairie dogs, you know, like they're these little rodent things that live, I think sometimes in the desert and just in like grassy fields, and they dig burrows, like they dig tunnels all underneath, and they're very like social creatures. Yeah, so they all hang out, and like if a predator comes around, they'll all start yelling and stuff and they'll go in their burrows.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cute.
What are they called again?
Prairie dogs.
Prairie, like a field of grass. Prairie, okay. Prairie dogs.
Yeah, there was a TV show on about them. I think it was like Prairie Dog Manor or something. I don't know. I could have totally made that up. But yeah, it was like a nature documentary about this community of prairie dogs, which is pretty cool.
Oh, very
like,
nice.
They would follow individual prairie dogs. Like they named them and stuff. And they'd be like, oh, this guy's doing this today. Blah, blah, blah. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
As I remember it. Could be wrong. Maybe I dreamed it.
It's not the kind of stuff that I type on YouTube. But if this is on, I will watch it.
Yeah.
It's just not being fed to me. Let's put it this way. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
But I love like cute animal stories and stuff. You just made me think about how I like to know how people handle raccoons here.
Yeah.
Like just security or whatever. Like, you know, how they're, I don't know if they displace any raccoons or.
What do you mean security? Like locks on your trash cans?
Well, at SFU, that's what they have. When they have so many raccoons, they capture them and they release them in the north, I think.
Oh, like in northern BC?
Yeah, maybe North Van actually. Like in the wild areas, not in the like a bit higher up. I think, but I'm not sure.
They just start releasing them into the streets of North Van.
He's like, "Fuck you, North Vancouver!"
You just have like bands of roaming raccoons.
But I kind of want to watch something about this. Maybe there's like information, like a wildlife kind of video about the local animals.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be interesting. Like the local animals of your area. There are like roving bands of raccoons in San Francisco. But I never saw them unless it was really early in the morning, like late at night, basically, when I was coming back from a bar or something. Yeah, you would see them like running in the streets. I think I saw like 4 or 5 together at once.
Nice.
Yeah. And they go into the sewers and stuff. But I never saw them in the daytime. I feel like there's too many people. Bless you.
Sorry. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. San Francisco was a cool place to live. Like good food, good weather, generally.
Sounds like a fancy.
It was fun. I've heard it's kind of gone down in how fun it is because of all the crime and
there too?
In camp, yeah. It's really bad. They also have like super liberal policies like Vancouver. And so they're very chill about it. Like in a lot of places they're just like in a number of places around the US, the cops are just kind of like hands off, and so people will just go into stores and like steal stuff. And it's crazy. Like, I saw a video of some store. It might have been a Wawa, which is an awesome store on the East Coast. They have good sandwiches there. Like they make sandwiches kind of like Subway, but it's better.
Sure.
It's much better than Subway in my opinion. But anyway, I think it was somewhere in Philadelphia, and it was just like, I don't know, 50 to 100 people in this store just all grabbing stuff and just like running out to the store. And then this girl in the video was like...
But they make food, so what were they stealing? They were stealing the supplies?
No, there's other stuff in the store. It's like a 7-Eleven with a sandwich making
okay.
counter. So
they also have
like,
a convenience store part.
Yeah,
Okay.
But it's bigger than most convenience stores, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, and that place was always a fucking madhouse because it was right next to the campus in college in Maryland, and in College Park. And so you just had droves of drunken college students going in there, just like vomiting, like knocking shit over. Oh, so like, I love the sandwiches, so sometimes I would go there, after a night of drinking. But it was always a problem. Like, it was never calm and chill in there on the weekend. I felt so bad for the people that had to work there, because, man, these fucking kids would get so wasted. Like, I would get drunk as shit, have a good time, but a lot of guys would just get wasted and then want to, like, destroy stuff. They'd, like,
every other day.
Destroy street signs. And one time, these guys brought back one of the, if you're going into, like, a parking garage or something, there's a big yellow arm that lifts up to let your car go through. They grabbed one of those.
Oh, it's pretty long.
Yeah. And they brought it back to the dorm. Like, threw it in the bathroom or something. Oh, in the bathroom. It would get destroyed every weekend. Like, I felt so bad for the cleaning people that had to deal with it. It was just... One guy ripped the water fountain out of the wall and put it in the... For some reason, there was a bathtub in the dorm bathroom. But no one used that. But yeah, he put the water fountain in the bath, like... So we didn't have a water fountain for a long time, and someone had to deal with that. Like, I'm sure they had to get plumbers in there to reconnect it. Fuck. Like, one guy punched all of the ceiling tiles out. It was like, it's called a drop ceiling, where it's a grid of metal, and then it has the white stucco chalkboard looking squares in the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's hard to explain.
Is it square tiles?
Yeah, they're square tiles, like
Okay.
2x2, and
but
they're being held up
flat, or is it like?
It's the ceiling, so it would be like here, and you would see squares.
Okay. You would see from the inside. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, so someone jumped up and punched out.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I did it once, but I didn't do a punch. I just like. Boop. I was like, oh shit! I tried to put it back. I was like oh shit! I want to put it back now. Doop, doop, doop. Like, okay. I did it. Yeah, I'm a gangster. Now I can move on. I feel badass. Yeah. But punched all of them.
All of them. Every single one in the ceiling in our hallway. It was just
That's rough.
It was craziness. Like, it was a bunch of young people who have been forbidden to legally drink alcohol, who've been, like, under their parents' thumb, and they're finally free, and there's a lot of booze going around, and they just get fucking wild because they have no experience with alcohol.
Yeah.
So they just start drinking a shit ton, and then there's all these drinking games and they're so much fun. Like, I played a lot of drinking games in my day. It's great. But yeah, it's not a healthy drinking culture. Like,
it's interesting that this happens precisely in the moment of your life where you can absorb so many things at such a fast rate. And yet you're just trashing your brain with all of that, all of these drugs and all of this drinking. 20 years old, your brain is developing. It's not fully developed, but at the same time...
Not until you're 25.
Yeah, but at the same time you're matured a bit, so you can absorb so many things, learn fast, but at the same time you have experience, as opposed to learning those things when being young. So you learn, but you also trash your face off every other weekend or every weekend. Yeah, it's funny.
That was every weekend.
But if you want to optimize its potential, technically, that should be the moment where you're clean as fuck.
Yeah.
It's when you get older, you're like, okay, now I can trash my face off because I got to a nice position thanks to all the things I learned at that time.
Yeah. Oh, excuse. Yeah, I never once thought about that. like when we were partying so much. I mean, it was just so much fun, and everyone else was doing it around you, so it didn't seem out of the ordinary. Like,
it's also a time where your body is young enough to recover from these things. So
yeah,
you're like, okay, well, at the same time, when you party every weekend, after 40 years old, well, your body's gonna feel it.
Yeah, no.
So
it's not something you want to be doing every weekend.
So you also want to enjoy that thing while your body's fresh.
Yeah.
It's
and while you're young, like, it's so much fun partying. Like, I understand why people do it. It's just people love a party. You get around a bunch of people that you like, and then hopefully there's gonna be some new people that you don't know, so then you can like meet them, and everybody's playing games and just talking shit, and you learn about other people and what they're about, like what their lives are like, what kind of classes they're taking, what kind of stuff do they do. Like, oh shit, you like to do that? Let me fucking go and do that with you sometime. And then like get into a new thing. It's just it's so cool because it just mixes so many people that wouldn't necessarily otherwise meet each other.
It's a great advantage of alcohol.
Yeah, man.
It can make you extremely sociable in a bad way, but it's definitely a good lubricant. Yeah.
No, I mean, and I'm sure like 99% of people who drink alcohol do it in a way that's not terrible.
Yeah. You open up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have extreme behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's just you being a little shit, but it's not harming anybody, at least. But yeah, there are times where that might be a problem.
Yeah.
But it's I like it. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's a fun drug. Alcohol. It's so dangerous though. It's like one of the worst drugs for you, like physically, mentally. It's one of the very few drugs that actually make you more aggressive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it makes you more likely to want to fight people. So, which is.
Oh no, yeah, that yes. Like, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't chill you out.
No.
Smoking weed chills you out so much. He's like, what? You want to fight? Are you sure? Like, what? Why? Like, what's the point, man? Like, come on, dude. Like, I'm just high.
I'm too high for this right now.
Yeah,
like,
it's just.
You want to thumb wrestle instead?
No, I'm gonna roll your joint. Let's go outside. Let's have a conversation. What do you do today? Like, who are you?
Exactly.
Come on, man.
No,
Let's be buddies.
I can attest to that. Like, when I was younger, I had like anger problems. Like, I would get really angry sometimes when I was drunk. Yeah. Luckily, I never did anything crazy. I mean, I punched this gigantic trash can and broke a pinky bone, but that was pretty much the worst. Like, yeah, it's just, I feel like it's better if people who start out as kids are introduced to alcohol like slowly in some sort of controlled manner, so that they can, like, you don't want to give them a lot of alcohol, and kids don't need a lot of alcohol. And I'm not talking about like really young kids, but I'm thinking like, if my dad had been like, okay, you're 16 now, like, here's what a beer tastes like, you can have one, and then and then a month later you're like, okay, you want to have 2 beers, and then you just like slowly, so then they don't drink a shit ton. Yeah. Or if they drink too much, then it's like, then they get all fucked up and they throw up, and it's like, you see what happens?
Yeah. That's my parents' way.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, when I was 10, one of my sisters was 18, but when I was like, 8, 7, 8, 9, I remember hearing on Sunday morning at 11, somebody goes to the bathroom upstairs. The bathroom upstairs is the one my sisters and I were using. And I hear someone, and then I hear my dad downstairs like, how do you feel? Never again. And they would come like shit faced the weekend after, and then I would hear them and like, oh, and I would smell it after their trip to the bathroom. That was funny. But then eventually I did my share. And that was the one that a couple of times I was like, so that was pretty funny, I didn't learn it. I didn't learn anything from my sisters. I was like, oh, I'm going to do it too. Fuck yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So how old were you when you were drinking and then vomiting in your parents' house?
It might have been once when I was 15, but I think probably 16. And the age wasn't making any difference, actually. Like, I didn't even think about my age. It's just, it happened to be that night where I could be drinking and get shit-faced. Was at the moment I was 16. It's just, but maybe once or twice when I was 15, I think. Yeah. Yeah, you go to, I think, you know, when I was 15, it's probably you go to a party where older people are, so you get to drink, you get to drink a beer or two, but you're not comfortable and getting shit-faced yet. You're seeing other people getting super drunk though, but then later it becomes you. That's what it was.
Yeah, like if I had had some experience with alcohol before college, then I don't think I would have gotten so wasted all the time. Like, I never had anything dangerous happen, so that's good. But there were definitely a lot of nights where I was fucking puking my brains out.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh man. Like especially if you like mix different types of alcohol.
Oh.
But back then I didn't like know that. I didn't realize that was an issue, so I would just drink whatever. Like, oh, gin and tonic, yeah. And then fucking, I'll drink a vodka Red Bull, yeah. And I'll drink 3 beers, yeah. And I'll drink some tequila. And it's like the next day you're just like, I can't really see, my brain can't function. But it would just be like the morning and then most of the afternoon. But by the end of the, like, let's say we were drinking Friday night. It's like I'd be hungover Saturday morning, which was fine because I always did all my homework on Friday night before I partied, so I could just fucking do fuck all during the weekend. And then, so I'd be hungover Saturday morning, but I was like, no, I know I'm partying tonight as well, so I would just get over the hangover and pretty much immediately start drinking again.
I guess, yeah. I did not do that very often. It was very hard for me to get super drunk 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
Like the second night, I would not feel drunk at all, but at the same time, I would feel pretty quickly nauseous about drinking.
That happened to me before.
And I think that's because I was already coming from a hangover, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to have a beer. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm going to keep trying. Actually, the beer doesn't cut it. Yeah. Nothing else would cut it, you know?
Yeah.
But
that's why you need liquor.
Yeah, well, same thing with the liquor, but I guess in these cases, puking helped me actually. Like I'm by puking, you actually feel better afterwards.
Oh yeah, you feel so much better.
So you can use this to your advantage. It's like, oh well, guys, I don't feel good. I think I'm gonna puke first and then follow you.
Yeah.
I did this a couple times. And I could follow. I wasn't nauseous, and
we call that a boot and rally.
My God, say again?
Boot and rally. Like boot, vomit, and rally. It's like, now you're back in the game.
Really? Boot and rally? Oh, fuck yeah. I'm going to use that. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's going to be the title of the podcast. shitXchat number 5, part 2, Boot and Rally.
Boot and rally.
Boot and rally. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't done twice in a row a lot. Probably less than 10 times. Because I kind of knew it. So, or I would do easy on a Friday night. I would have a couple drinks, but I'm like, yeah, but that's Friday night. You know, just. But then Saturday would be would be the heavy shit.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure there was no weekend during college that I didn't drink.
Shit.
2 nights in a row.
What?
Like, yeah, there was always a party.
Constant.
Always a party. 3, 4, 5, 6 parties every night that you could go to. You just had to decide which one or which ones you wanted to go to. So if someone else was going to have a party, then it was like, oh yeah, I think I'll have a party. And we had parties all the time. So it was, yeah, man, a lot of damage to the brain probably. But sometimes I would feel like I would, and whenever I would drink, it was like, why would I drink 1 beer? Like, that's not going to get me drunk.
Yeah.
I would always be like, no, I'm fucking getting wasted.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point of this exercise.
Absolutely. No, there was that feeling too.
Yeah.
Except if now and then, like randomly, if we go to the bar, but just to chill, and we know that we are at the bar for 30 minutes, like waiting for something or someone, we're going to have a beer. In this case, that would give you an opportunity to not keep drinking. But, yeah, otherwise, when it would start, it would keep going as well. Like, what's the point? Keep going.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. You get the great experiences too.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun.
It's
alcohol makes people silly. It's
For
fun being around a bunch of people who are drunk.
For a lot of
if
people,
you're drunk.
For a lot of people, it was worth it. It didn't damage their brain too much, so that they could lead their life like ourselves.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we have plenty of anecdotes.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, too many to remember one in particular. It's like, yeah, well, I don't know. And if maybe somebody does a reference, makes a reference to something, you're like, oh yeah, I think I had this kind of stuff once, and like, and then you recall.
Yeah, but sometimes when we would drink heavy Friday night, we would start drinking again Saturday night, and I would be drinking, and I would not get drunk. Like, I wouldn't feel drunk.
Yes, there's also that aspect. Even if you're not nauseous, it's hard to get drunk.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like you built up a tolerance from how much you drank on Friday. So now it's like you have to drink way more than that to get drunk. And
it's true.
That's why I said that's why you need liquor. Because, in those nights, beer wouldn't cut it. So
yeah, he's gonna hit you hard.
Eventually, you got to start doing shots. And then all of a sudden, you're really fucked up. And you're like, God damn it. Why did I do this again?
Some shots though, like here, I'm kind of disappointed by the variety of shots that they propose.
There's not enough variety?
Well, I don't know. When everybody has shots, it's always tequila or whiskey or something.
What would you do shots of?
In all the bars I was going to when I was younger, back in Bayonne, each bar had a list of like 20 different shots, and there were like different kind of alcohols and mixes, and some of them were blue, some of them had foam on it, some of them you were drinking them and they were burning while they were burning, like, but they were like actually very sweet flavors too, like caramel something, and it was still 40%, but incredibly sweet.
Those are like called shooters, I think.
Yeah, shooters.
Yeah.
Or it's like a shot, because shot is just based on the quantity.
Yeah, if you go, I'm sure you could find a bar that has a bunch of different shooters, like a bunch of different flavors and stuff you could get.
Yeah, we definitely call them shooters. It's true. That was so. I mean, not all of them were good though. Especially when you're turning your head away and someone says, "Oh, here's your shot," and then you don't look at it. And one of them was called Monkey Brain. To give you an idea, there was some kind of liquor, and then they put some kind of like creamy liquor, not Baileys, but kind of Baileys.
Oh, nice.
But when it got in contact with the liquid, it became like kind of solid. And it really looks like a fucking brain. It literally looks like a brain. So when you have it, it's like a foam. It's like a foam, like a chunk, and literally, it's very hard to ingest.
Yeah.
It's like you look at it like, oh, if I'm really, I got my limits. You know it's strong alcohol, and this looks it's.
Yeah, no, I've had some shots before, or different shooters, like, what is it called, like Red-Headed Slut or something. Like, they all have like random different names. Yeah, I've had those before.
One of them was, I think, vodka licorice something, like strong licorice something, like really the awful kind.
That sounds awful.
I agree.
That sounds awful.
I never think about mentioning that ingredient when I talk about foods I don't like. But I totally despise licorice. Licorice.
It's awful. It's like that absinthe fucking... I think also Sambuca tastes like licorice.
Yeah, but the thing is, Ricard kind of smells licorice, but I can tolerate Ricard. Ricard smells something else.
It's licorice, man.
Yeah, I think it's licorice. It's a different fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still that, like... I don't know what it is. It's just like over sweet or something.
Yeah.
Some people love licorice. Sometimes I think about that. It's so cool how different people like different things. Like, everybody's got their preferences on things, and everybody's unique. Like, nobody just falls into one camp of like, oh, these are my preferences.
Yeah.
And everyone else, like me, has the same preferences. Like, obviously groups of people line up on certain things. But yeah, some people just love like cauliflower or something.
You're a lucky one if you love cauliflower.
Yeah.
Like, weight will not be an issue for you in the future.
But yeah, for me, it's like feet. I just don't want it.
Cauliflower, it's like it can be cooked in a way that you won't even. It will look good, and it will taste good.
Yeah, if you deep fry it and put barbecue sauce on it, then it's probably great.
Fair enough. But you can also put them in some cheese and grate them on in the oven and things like that.
Yeah.
It can be pretty well. It can be cooked, so it has a nice consistency.
Yeah, because it's like squishy to me. It's like soft and just.
But it will be it will be in cheese cream.
So it's just like a big cheesy cauliflower.
But it's not. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I could put enough hot sauce on it for me to enjoy it.
Fuck. You have absolutely no taste in food, my friend. I'm sorry. You know very good places for food, but then all the things that you don't like, man, you're missing out.
I am. I really am. I wish I wasn't so picky. Like, I feel.
That's one thing I can say about you that feels very, very American.
Really?
Yeah.
No. People are particular about food in America?
Well, Americans from the 80s, I'm guessing, were like way into like mostly hamburgers, mostly nuggets. Like they will have like simple foods like that they follow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe
I'm
that's
guessing.
it. I just wasn't exposed to a lot of different types of food growing up. Maybe.
That's what I think it is.
I don't know. I feel like people just like things and they dislike things.
Probably.
And I have a really bad sense of smell. So I feel like that affects my sense of taste. So maybe that's one reason why I don't like a lot of foods. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love hot sauce. Because for me, food is not that flavorful. Like it's for as much so for other people. So I need to like kick it up so it like feel something.
Do you like instant noodles?
Yeah, I
have one bag with with the picture, the drawing of a chicken with his mouth on fire. I'm giving you that.
Okay.
Because this is a pack of 2 different ramen. Like I had another one, which was a different brand, but very nice. But it didn't show that it was spicy, and it was spicy as fuck.
Yeah.
And that one shows it's spicy, so I'm in for trouble.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take that one home.
Nice.
I know that milk noodles are a thing.
Milk noodles?
It's not bad at all, actually.
What is a milk noodle?
Instead of water, you put milk in your instant noodles. So for us, it like attenuates the spice.
Yeah.
It makes like a spicy broth, but like kind of mild.
Yeah.
Not fully hot.
Interesting.
There's no taste of milk in the thing. And with the sauce, it looks saucy. It looks like
like a curry sauce.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't look like milk. Exactly. Cool. So it's for people like me though, that's a great addition. I think I had almond milk to put on that.
Oh God, almond milk?
A tiny bit. It was mainly water and a tiny bit of almond milk.
Okay.
I like almond milk a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we take another break?
We can.
Alrighty then.
Let's do this and see you in the next one.